You can send me one proof and I'll give you 3 Bitcoins. But before you do, you have to hit the question mark button, which is the frequently asked questions page. And you can say, you know, what about eclipses? And then, you know, you look there and you see, oh, eclipses kind of prove the Earth is flat. What about gravity? You can see that gravity is complete nonsense and what the real explanation for what the thing we call gravity is. What about ships over the horizon? You hit that button and up comes a playlist of videos that Google won't serve you. Huh, interesting. Then you watch these and don't believe any of them. Go and verify this stuff yourself. You want to learn about NASA? Hit the NASA button. You want to learn about mud floods? Hit the mud floods button. You want to learn about more of my interviews? I got my interviews button in there. All sorts of stuff. Check it out. And here's what happens. Many people say, you know what? I'm going for those Bitcoins. And then 2 weeks later, they're flat earthers. Okay? So listen, if you can't deal with being a flat earther, do not get this app. Because you will become, and you know what? Let's say a globe denier. Because guess what? I don't know what this earth is. Is it a dielectric plane? You know, are there other ones? Is there more land? Is it infinite? We don't know, but we know it's not a ball. That's scientifically provable. We know that the stories that they tell us are absolute insanity. And the app also has tons of other stuff in it. The app itself will show you.
I keep moving my camera around.
How the sun and the sun laps the moon.
Okay.
How the stars.
Oh, I named my character.
And that's how the sun is in each zodiac, right? The stars go around 365 times before they lap the sun once. So the sun will drift backwards through all of the zodiacs, right? And then the sun itself will lap the moon every 28 days. So when it laps the moon, you know, you get a new moon, and then the moon keeps track of the weeks and the months. The sun keeps track of the hours and the days, and the stars keep track of the years. That's impossible in a heliocentric system. So it's called the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. And one other thing on the app, there is a subscription if you want to be able to send messages on the Friend Finder. And the Friend Finder shows you where all the other app users are, and you can contact them, and you can have meetups, and they're everywhere. We're everywhere, and it's growing fast. The UK is filled with flat earthers. The United States is dominating with flat earthers. Australia, everywhere. And you can find like-minded people, no matter where you are, and meet up with them. People are using it as a job app, as a dating app, as a friendship app, as a meetup app. It's absolutely insane. You can tap on any of the dots. You can send them a message. You can send a group message. Like right now, I have my radius set for 50 kilometers. I got 320 people within 50 kilometers. And I'm going to send a message out next week saying, hey, April 2nd, New York City, we're having a meetup at the XYZ place, and we're having a meetup, and there's going to be hundreds of people that show up there. It's going to be a blast. So we use their technology against them to bring us together because they want us separated and lost, spinning out of control, and powerless. They want us to believe that they have control over us, when in fact, they don't.
This is definitely a lot of information, and definitely it has me questioning whether or not we put all that close. Like I said earlier, honestly I don't know, but Josh got open to everything.
Josh, get the app. Don't need to subscribe until the point where you're like, oh, you know what? I do want to contact other people because I need someone to talk to. All my friends are idiots. Okay? And your friend that turned you on to Flat Earth, they have the app. They probably have the app. I'm curious if they do. Let me know. And so get the app. Just watch that daily video, and then right next to the daily video, there's a little archive button. You're like, I don't want to wait 2 weeks. You can watch all the videos from all the previous days, months, and years. And they're all fantastic hand selection videos by me. And they're amazing. People think just for that. I love the app.
Oh, that's right. I can't get rid of the music.
Everything. So we didn't get into it. The more visual thing. Southern Flight Route through the Earth line. Absolutely. It's unbelievable. Once you see that, just hit the Southern Flight Route button and you'll stay. And you'll find that you no longer need Netflix, you no longer need cable television. This is all you need. The amount of information here is mind-blowing. And then you hit the Mud Flood button or the Flat Earth Movies button, the full feature-length movie, or God forbid you hit the Lost History of Flat Earth. That one's going to touch you in forever.
Well, we'll talk briefly there. Well, I definitely think
did, I went in with the, you have an open mind. And here's what I say, don't have such an open mind that your brain falls out. Have an open mind, say, okay, that's interesting, now let me verify it. Where do I live? Did I tell you?
You did not.
Alright, so nobody told me I live in Connecticut. Okay, I live in Connecticut. Where do I live?
On the earth.
I live, where do I live on the earth? Man, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Do you know it or do you believe it?
I believe it is.
Okay, there you go. Belief is easy. Belief is the enemy of knowing because it usually you can take a nap now. But if you want to verify it, you have to like search me out on your comment, Facebook, it's not called people, it's on my job history. Alright, you live in Connecticut. Alright, I did it. Okay? And it takes time and effort. Belief is easy. Belief is for lazy people, right? Knowing takes time, effort, and critical thought. And that's not what we were taught. We were taught to memorize and regurgitate. That's what we were taught. So, there we go. Alright. Thank you for coming on, Dave. You can find all my links, everything. You can forget the name of the app. It's very long and convoluted. FlatEarthSteve.com. Everything is there.
We're going to be editing it. Forgot to interject you and write it everything at the end.
FlatEarthSteve.com. You can find my interviews channel, my YouTube channel, which is DITRH, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. I have all short videos, less than 5 minutes, most of them. Okay? And so that's good for the beginners because it's like, it's like a crack deal. Like, here, just have a little bit, right? You watch a couple of those videos, you're going to be looking for the longer videos, and then you're going to get the gap, and then you're going to call me up and say, you ruined my life, my parents think I'm crazy, they want to institutionalize me, but they'll come around eventually.
No doubt. Well, I definitely thank you for coming on.
Until time. That's how my parents are. My dad is. I know that the Earth's flat. Earth's 100% a plane. It's never been not a plane. It's been too much showing of it that it's been a plane. And like people always want to jump to conclusions about stupid ass shit.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market?
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
cool.
One of the quietest rooms in the world. Known as an anechoic chamber, it's perfectly designed to remove sound reflections and echo. As well as one of the loudest rooms in the world, the reverberation chamber. I wanted to do a couple tests to compare this room to the reverberation room. For fun, here's the direct comparison.
Well, impossible. Oh.
Hello, Julia!
Hi.
Oh, now surely this is the right spot. Look at this. This area is filled with books about pretend people.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
I don't hate anyone, and then you have people, they hate people who have stuff. So, you know what it really is with a lot of these people? They're really unhappy, they're really poor, and they're jealous of other people who have stuff, and they want to destroy them all so they can all be like them, all poor together. I've got a better idea, okay? Just stick with me. Come on. Let it go, man. You don't have to hate anyone. If you would stop hating and being all jealous and, what's that other word? I don't even know because I don't feel these things lately. I don't know why, but I don't. I don't feel, like if I hear someone's doing really well, I'm like, good for him.
That's a very good statement that this guy just the biggest thing in life that should be constantly repeated is to be positive, be happy. You know, the more positive, the more happy you are when you're younger, the more grown you are when you're older. And the more you grow when you're older, the more you start passing down better ways of living. And people themselves always do people are so miserable. They don't know what they're doing. Some people think life is pointless. I think life is pointless. Once I found out the earth was flat and I found out about all this stuff and that, I changed completely. Not even Joe, I changed completely. And people keep on asking the same questions like, well, how'd you change? What do you mean that you changed completely? What do you mean about this? What do you mean about that? I said I changed completely. Life itself is only boundarized by us. We choose to be a boundary. We choose to sit there and be stupid. We choose to sit there and not learn. We choose to sit there and be ignorant. People say, it's never been my fault. It's all your fault. When you start realizing that it's your fault, then guess what happens? You start to grow. When you stop realizing that other people can infect your life, even though they can't, other people can't do shit. As therefore, I don't watch the news anymore. I don't give a shit about what's happening. I just say if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyway. Every time they talk about it, and every time they fucking bring up stupid shit, like they're bringing up all this, they constantly want to keep putting you in fear. Nuclear war, this and that, all this shit and that, and it's like, it's all bullshit. They don't care. What do you think there is war? The leaders of our world don't give a shit about humanity. They never do. The funny thing is, people keep on making up the same fucking excuses. Well, they should care about us, should they? That's the funniest thing. Should they? I don't think they should, because they own everything. Why the fuck would they give a shit about anybody else? If they owned everything. I came up with this thing. This is probably when I was younger, and I always think about, what is money? Money in our world is aspect of living. Okay. In our world, in our time, money is just like that. It's aspect of living. It's what we think living is money. The more you have of it, the more the things you can get. Living an average life, an apartment or stuff like that, is not difficult, is it? And there's people that they rent houses together. You know, they get like a 2-bedroom house, or even a 3-bedroom house, pay about $1,500 a month. They move in, they're satisfied. They're satisfied with paying like $2,000 or so a month with utilities and all that shit or whatever it is. And they're satisfied with that. I agree with a lot of people now. Sorry. Oh, man. And people keep on wanting to live this life without knowing anything. Because we're brought into this world without knowing anything. We're all in this world to be blinded by everything. And we are. We're fucking blind as fuck. That's why there's so much problems in the world. You know, like when I was in, it's just like I said, like when this game came out, it was like 98. They capture our minds with bullshit. And, it's because you're not open-minded. You're not a free thinker. And the proof fact is, I've seen it my whole life. My dad's not a free thinker. He's a close-minded person. He literally listens to everybody else besides the people that are closest to him. He believes in outside sources way beyond he believes in people that are family and stuff like that. But why is that? Well, because he's conditioned to be a puppet. He's conditioned to be told what to do all the time when he was younger. He could never really think on his own. He was scared to. Because you were conditioned to think. Because I used to have the same problem. Say, like, if you can't do specific things, if you're not like everybody else, that makes you dumb. When you're dumb, people control dumb people. Well, the reality is, you're not dumb. You just act different because you are different. I had the same problem in school. I can't sound out words too good. I have issues with it even now. And so now I have to fuck 99 memorized. Come on, 99. I have to go through my brain then and try to figure out how I can do it without doing all the sounding out stuff. Memorize it. So dude, I memorize everything now. And when I memorize it, it gets... It feels better. And all of a sudden I get smarter. Once I get smarter, then all of a sudden I can be able to memorize even more. Our brains are filled. They say our brains lose brain cells. They never grow them back. That's the biggest lie I've ever fucking heard. That's stupid. Who thinks that's a fucking moron? Sorry, Taylor, bro, your brains. If your brain cells ever grew back, and every time you like flick your head, your brain fucking dies. Or if you take a fuckload of drugs, your brain cells just get obliterated, then how the fuck would you remember and even take the drugs in the first place? That's so stupid. People make up the dumbest shit to try to make us think that that they're better than us. That's what it is. Listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's a cop-out. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all getting paid money to talk elite points. He's probably not even actually a scientist. He's just brought on to say, hey, say this stuff, you stupid fuck. We'll give you millions of dollars to be our puppet. Okay. He lives in California probably too. Because normally they all fucking do. They all live in like California and they live in way more luxury shit than we do. They have penthouses and that. They probably have like a whole bunch of 18-year-old prison girls there. Allegedly. Don't really even know. I'm just throwing it out there because they give them everything. I remember there was this one video of this one guy. He talked about the Illuminati. And he was just like, well, the Illuminati, yeah, when you get into that, they'll give you everything. They'll say they will. They'll give you money. They'll give you girls. They'll give you everything. A nice house, whatever it is. As long as you join them, you get the luxury of living. But he's like, the thing is, like, once a year or whatever it is, you gotta be in this sacrificial cult thing. And this was in Hollywood and that. And it's a very secretive cult. I mean, everyone knows about it now because it came out, but like it's very secretive for the most part. And the guy came out, it's either, it's like you have to do this, you get to keep all the stuff that you have. We're gonna give you the best life you'll ever have. You're gonna have the best pussy, the best of everything. The pool, jacuzzi, $1 million house, $6 million house. We're gonna give you everything. As long as you follow our rules, you could always have this luxury. We'll give you commercials, we'll give you everything, because they're all part of it. They control so much of this stuff. That's why you never see normal people like me be on like commercials unless I'm on YouTube. And that's always been the biggest thing. And people forget that shit. The only reason why a lot of people do get rich, either it's because of hard ass work and they do it what they need to do, or they're funneled it. Funny is, a lot of people don't even believe that shit. People just like, oh, you're just another person talking all this stuff, and I was like, I mean, if you actually listen to how the world's run, because you're a fucking moron, you don't know anything at all. You just believe everything they tell you on the news. The news literally flat out fucking lies you every 5 fucking seconds. Which they fucking do. They basically make up bullshit. All the fucking news does. And then people want to play games and state all this crap. Like, dude. Number one, it's just stupid that people say that stuff. Like, anyone that has a lot of money, like millions of dollars, normally you're probably not in that group. But the people that have no money at all, and then they have outrageous amount of money out of fucking nowhere. And they do. Look at the Obamas. Obama was just an average American at the time. I don't know if he was even in the Senate. I don't know what he was doing. They brought him on there, and all of a sudden, BAM! He became a multi-millionaire in the first, year he was a president. Find that very interesting, don't you think? Just a thought. It's just a thought. Thoughts are very interesting, though. Yeah, it was just out of nowhere. Tell you the truth, they do got this new Zoa. It's stuff from Dwayne Johnson. I have to say, I haven't tried out yet. I'm thinking about trying out one of the mango ones, because I actually do like. I don't think he's a bad creator of that stuff and that, but man, they use him as a prop a lot. Dude's almost 60 fucking years old, and dude's still fucking pumping out more muscle or more weights than people do, period. The dude's abnormally fucking huge. The dude's abnormally fucking ripped for his age. Dude's absolutely fucking ripped. Yeah, he's definitely doing cycles. There's no way. A lot of people do cycles. With that much money, why not? I guess pause it for the music turn off. Cool. Yeah, that's kind of the freaky thing about it is when more you talk about, the more you throw yourself into it. I mean, there's been a little bit of documentaries that have been on Hulu and stuff like that, and like it's been very, very fun to listen about, certain things. I used to watch a lot of Ancient Aliens, and that Ancient Aliens talk about all kinds of stuff and that. And like a lot of the shit doesn't make sense anymore because I don't believe in half the shit they say anyway. But a lot of stuff they say is just pointless. And if you honestly look at how people are built, now you always have these really strong ass people in that. You always say, why are people so strong? The world's strongest men, these guys are freaks of nature and that. I've seen some of these freaks of nature. I used to, go to the gym down the street. That's a strongman gym. It's not hardcore in that, but like, you learn a lot. You learn a lot for how like powerful you could be as a human being. And there's even strong women there too. Like some of these women there are stronger than the average man. But of course, certain things are not. Like leg strength, for some reason, girls are a little bit more prone to having stronger legs because for some reason the upper body doesn't get masculine for a woman as much as it does with a guy. Like an average sized guy can have more masculine upper body. But like legs and that, their legs are always a little bit more thicker. Can't say they're stronger, no, but they're thicker. It's a constant working out of it that they like to do. And that's why people preach it so much. Just like right now, I'm talking about generalized health of human beings is to just get a good multivitamin that has enough nutrients in it to be able, of course, you probably want to get something that's not like a name brand. You want to get something that's, not a name brand, something that's actually formulated to give you health benefits. Like the one I bought, there's a Vitamin World store pretty close to my house. I say it's about a half mile away. And I went in there before I went into work on Monday, and I got me a really good vitamin. It's a veggie vitamin. It has a lot of good stuff in it. And, like, it's $34 for a 60-day supply. The thing is, it has more nutrients than a normal vitamin, normal, like, Century vitamin, all this other crap that people make. And, like, it's not in a pill, like a hard pill. It's in a capsule. And it has, like, the nutrients in the capsule itself. Which is what you really actually want, though. And, like, I don't know, it seems pretty amazing, man. I've noticed a little bit of a difference in that in the way I, you could just feel a difference. You have to, like, think about it. Okay. What's the difference in feeling now? Okay, well, I feel more awake right now. I had a little bit of G Fuel in me, but that took a little bit to get in me. I just woke up. I recovered really well. My muscles are aching a little bit, but not a lot. This is what the New Year's is going to be like. I'm going to keep on pushing this new thing now, so when I go up to being New Year and I can already have some of it started, I know what to do. So I want to try to at least add on 10 pounds of muscle for next year. Which is not really a lot, because it's just, most of it's just going to be legs. My upper body I'll probably gain like 3, but my legs are gonna gain the most of it. Just because legs are a lot bigger muscle, and unfortunately they're gonna gain a little more. So my diet's gonna be rather easy. I'm always gonna have probably a protein shake with me. So I'll get like 1 scoop of protein, maybe a scoop and a half, make it like 30 grams of protein. Then, so whatever I do eat, obviously I want to have at least 20 grams of protein with it or whatever it is. I can always level off at 50 grams. Doesn't matter what I eat, for the most part. Unless I just eat like a whole bunch of carbs and shit, which I don't do anyway. I know a lot of people like, I see a lot of people at work and that, my God, they eat like shit. They all eat pancakes and shit all day. I mean, I eat pancakes around again, but I'm always having like, the best thing to get is probably, yeah, because these, to talk about working that, people are putting up crap at work and they're saying that we can't make food for ourselves. And the thing is, it's not because of that, it's because people are literally making food for families. Like this one guy came in, he ruined it for everybody, obviously. They didn't pinpoint anyone, but one of the overnight cooks, you know, he did like a whole family meal thing. It was very obviously on the fucking camera because he was literally like watching him cook all this fucking food and that. And they were sitting there for like hours like, dude, care about your workplace. If you make food for yourself because you're working, that's understandable. If you're making food for everybody else, it's like your fucking 6-man fucking family, that friends or whatever the fuck it is, you're going to end up losing your job over this. And then, of course, people are going to say, you know, the stupidest fucking thing. They're like, well, who are they going to find? I'm like, it's not a matter about who they're going to find. It's a matter that you lost a fucking $18 an hour job for fucking nothing. That's what people are saying. You know, I mean, $18 an hour is quite a bit of money. It's over $650 a week, if not more. Actually, no, it's more than that. It's like almost 800. It's like $700 some dollars a week. That you don't have now if you work 40 hours. So if you work 30 hours, which most of them don't, most of them work fucking full time. And like, oh, I got a second job. But their first job is literally a whole bunch of fucking things. Their first job is literally an off-brand job. So it's like they don't have to do it if they don't choose to. They can do it at certain times and that. As I beat a DoorDasher. Now there's young people that do DoorDashes and that. I mean, some of the DoorDashes are like always in shitvilles. Oh. Yeah, I need to get up my stats. I don't want to watch Halloween Kills. 1 p.m. Some of that talking for you, I don't do that talking stuff. My guy's got no health. I might do that camera again. I like the old PlayStation 4 thing where it like cuts the screen off. It gives you more of a better format. I worked the fuck out my back's to that. I do not even feel like playing this right now. I just want to chill. Yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna go on my Gamecaster and just do a stream on my Gamecaster so I can just chill. Yeah, some days I get like this where I just don't feel like doing anything. Thinking my fucking yeah, when I have autofocus on, it fucks with my shit. Autofocus is horrible. That sauce. Just talks. People and blog. Peoples and bloggies. Okay. Turn off this stream right here and see you.